Alright, hello. It's like 2 weeks after I filmed that first video about exposing scammers. I know I look like trash, but we are in the middle of a pandemic, so I don't care. But basically, this next scammer, her username is Ava Isabella. This is her if you want to go ahead and add her and troll with her. Basically, I talked to her for almost a month, and I used 2 fake accounts, and I used like 2 or 3 of my other friends to help me in the process of trolling her, and eventually we all exposed her. And so this is really long, so bear with me, but if you're interested, here's everything in this long ass video about my experience trolling and exposing this scammer. So here we go. Oh, and basically I do want to add, you should probably watch this in full screen because I did a screen recording instead of just screenshots, because it would make editing just a tad bit easier for me, and then the screen is going to be smaller, so you really want to watch in full screen. Also, I don't know if I'd said, but I met this scammer off of Hoop, and yeah, so here we go. Alright, so immediately after she added me on Hoop, she asked me how my quarantine is going, which is pretty weird because usually sugar daddies ask the scammers from Hoop, they have the same format. They're like, hey, I'm a sugar daddy from this city. I'll give you this allowance, give me your bank info. And no, she talked like a normal person, so I was like, wait, is this person real? But anyway, this is basically the beginning, and I think I lied and I said I was from Bangladesh because I was just like, wait, I don't want to trust this person. Obviously later she learned I'm not from Bangladesh, and I learned she's not from New York. But anyway, so we're talking here, and this woman had a whole ass Instagram too. She literally gave me her Instagram, like, look at this. Look at this fucking Instagram. Oh my god. I do want to say, though, about her Instagram, one thing that was really fishy is that the oldest post was from like November 2019. So it's like, this obviously is not a real person. They just made this account a few months ago, but they've been at it for a few months, which is scary. But it's like, okay, so did they just start scamming a few months ago? Like, I'm confused. So anyway, we're talking. Basically, as soon as I started talking to her, I added her into this big group chat I had called YBPMA or whatever. And I basically screenshotted our chats and asked them everything that she was asking me or whatever, just basically to fuck with her. And as you see, she's telling me all this stuff. She's saying she doesn't like how I'm adding her into the chat and everything, or just screenshotting her private conversations. But basically I'm just telling her that everyone in that chat is my friends or family, and like they need to know what's going on with me, and I don't hide anything from them. And also she's asking who I bank with, who my phone is with or whatever. All this personal stuff, which, you know, that made me realize, okay, yeah, this person is probably a scammer, because no one just asked you that immediately after starting to talk to them. But anyway, the group chat, I'm going to show you guys some of those in a bit, some of the group chat screenshots. Sadly, since she already left the group, her messages have disappeared. Most of them at least did. So like, it's not all going to make sense, but it'll kind of give you some context. But here she's telling me to stop telling everyone what she's saying to me in the group. And basically, I'm just so upset. I'm like, how do you fucking know? Okay, basically, so these are just some messages from the group. Sadly, Ava had left at this part, so you don't see her responses, but I'm basically questioning her, saying that she looks way too young and everything. And I basically, I basically sent her pictures of our chats where she asked for my bank info, and I'm like, yo, what do y'all think? She's asking for my bank info, and that obviously pissed her off. Anyway, so basically right here, she kind of gave up on me and stopped talking to me for a few days. So then I was like, let me tell her I missed her. So I told her I missed her, and she's, you know, still pissed about the group chat situation. And she's still asking me not to send our chats in the group, basically. And I'm telling her like, oh my God, I would never do that. And I'm like, oh my God, I'll leave the group, or I won't screenshot our conversation anymore. And she's like, oh, you don't have to leave the group. Those are your friends. And so basically she's just like, she doesn't trust me. She's like, oh, you could have another group chat that I'm not a part of. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, nope, that's not me. And then here I faked the whole ass conversation with someone else about like me talking to her, being like, oh my God, should I give Ava another chance? And like, yeah. So I sent her that, and then she's like, oh my God, why are you sending this to me now? And I'm just like trying to convince her that I'm serious, you know? Like I'm doing the most. Like I don't know if this scammer has ever seen this effort before. Like I deserve an A plus. Anyway, basically now I'm getting to the part where I don't trust her anymore, and I'm like, hey, send a live video of yourself if you're real. And she's like, you see, and you thought I wanted to scam you. And she's just pissed, and she's like, you don't trust me. And then I'm turning it on me. Basically, she's like, oh, who said you were dumb? And I'm just like, how do I know you're a real person? We met 2 days ago, blah, 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 being rational. And she's just like, okay, then leave me. And I'm like, you need to prove me you're real if you want my login. She's like, oh, I don't want your login. And I'm like, this bitch wanted my login. Well, she's lying now. And so I was like, I was going to trust you. You started being mean to me. And she's like, you never showed me love, and I didn't treat you like garbage. And like, what? This is a toxic relationship before it even started. Like, damn, I met this girl 2 days ago. Anyway, so like I turned this whole situation back to just normal stuff. You know, she's like, don't you have money? And I'm like, nope. Everyone, I mean, well, no, I was like, yeah, everyone has money. We just got a stimulus check. This was early May when everyone got it. So anyway, I turned it back to normal conversation. I'm like, oh, so how are you? You know, I'm like, oh, I'm almost done with exams. And then, you know, exchanging our ages or whatever. Oh, well, no, I had short-term memory loss here. And then I showed her picture, and she's like, oh, you're still looking at my picture? Okay, and so then we basically changed topics, and I'm going to take you guys back to the group so you can understand these next few messages. But basically, there was a girl named Kaylee in our group chat who has an OnlyFans account, and she's like she eats, sleeps, breathes OnlyFans, and that's her living advertisement basically. So I'm telling Ava, like, hey, you're a young attractive girl, make an OnlyFans, you'll make a lot of money. And then I start to bring it to like, okay, so what are we? Because I think she said like, oh my god, I shouldn't make an OnlyFans because then other people will see my nudes, and like, you're my, you know, my partner, only you should see my nudes. Keep in mind we met 3 days ago and you're a scammer. But anyway, that's what was going on. And so here's the group chat. Basically, this is what we were all talking about before I mentioned the OnlyFans to Ava, and she was like, oh my god, you would pay to see my nudes? So basically, we're talking about this. Ava's calling me her baby, or my darling, or whatever. And so I'm just like, oh my god, wait, I thought you said you were a parent, because she said my baby. I was like, oh, you have a baby. Anyway, and I got all lovey-dovey here, you know, just trying to fool the scammer, and she starts laughing at me like, what the fuck, girl? You put your trust in me and said we're in a relationship, and you're laughing at me when I show my emotions. Anyway, I'm just saying I was confused here, and then I'm like, oh my god, how could you love me? I'm ugly. And she's like, when, or who said you were ugly? And you see, she knows, she's just pretending here. She's like, I need this coin, I'm gonna pretend this ugly dude is cute. And I'm just like, girl, I've had experiences, people think I'm ugly. And she's like, sorry. And then I was like, wow, I just read your messages to Kaylee, which honestly I don't remember that. I don't know if they had private messages or not, or if I just made this up. But I told her to make an OnlyFans, and then I told her I would pay to see her nudes. I don't even know if that's here right now. Oh no, I was explaining what YBPMA stands for and how that pertains to our hustle with OnlyFans and stuff. Anyway, so this is where I said I would pay to see that ass, and then and I'm just telling her how she can make money, and then I'm asking her, oh, so you live in Brooklyn? And before she even said anything about that, that's where she messaged me saying, oh my god, you would pay to see my nudes personally. And basically right here, I'm just being like, oh, so you think I'm open-minded and that's why you want to be in a relationship with me? And she's just like, oh, but you would pay to see my nudes? And she's just trying to take my money. And I'm just like, I'm trying to build a long-lasting relationship here. Anyway, so I bring it up to New York, and I'm like, okay, so you're in New York, what's that like? That's like the biggest part of, you know, or it was hit the hardest by Corona. And then she's telling me, oh yeah, it's hard, I don't have any money. And I was just like, that's why you need to start your OnlyFans. And she's like, I don't really want to do that. And I'm like, are you unemployed? You could file for unemployment. And she's just like, I don't want other people, or like, I'm trying to get into a relationship with you, so I don't want other people to see my nudes. And I'm like, girl, that's only if we're monogamous, and I don't believe in that. I'm schooling you here. There's such a thing as polyamory, or just an open relationship where you share your nudes with other people, because money is money and sex work is work. And so she makes this about me, and she's like, oh, so you don't have money to take care of me? And I'm like, of course not. If you go back to our very first chat, she was asking to be my sugar mama. What the fuck? Anyway, so of course she totally denies that, and I'm just like, girl, that's prostitution if you're charging me to see your nudes. She's like, oh, I'm not charging you. And again, she denies being the sugar mama. And she's like, I want to get into a relationship with you. And then I apologized about screenshotting again, because I never stop apologizing. And then she starts opening up to me, and she's like, did you know my parents are dead? And I'm like, why'd you decide to give me another chance? And then she's like, that's why I wanted to be in a relationship with you, to make me happy, because I'm trying to forget how my parents died. And I'm just like, well, if we get married, my parents will take you in. And she doesn't even care. She's literally like, Mikey, my parents are dead, so if I ask you for 100, don't think much about it. I'm just broke. And then here she's asking me to Cash App her, and I'm like, girl, I only got a few hundred left in my stimulus check, and I am not spending it on you. And then basically, she tells me to Cash App her. She tells me her bank account is frozen. She sends me her Cash App. I'm like, girl, I'll send you money, but I got an elbow fetish, so please send me a picture or a video of your elbow. And she sends me a picture of her shoulder, which is not your elbow. And so here I'm basically telling her my Cash App is broken and it's not working. And then I don't know, I think I asked her if it would work if I send it to her through her bank. And then she's like, oh yeah, my bank's been restricted, because I literally forgot that. She said that just a few seconds ago. Then she's saying to chat in the group. I don't remember what happened. And then I'm just like, she wants me to try the Cash App again. And so I tell everyone in the group she wants my money, and she's pissed. She's like, why you tell everyone that I want you to send me money? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I tried to remake Cash App. I had to reinstall the app. So while I waited, I did the group call. I basically called the whole group. It was hilarious. And so here we go. So here I'm telling her that I need a new phone number to do this Cash App thing. So I get her to give me a phone number. Whether it's hers or someone else's, I don't know, but I want to find out. More on that later. So I use her number, and she sends me the verification code, and basically I stopped responding for the night because, one, this was early May, and I had finals, and also I needed to figure out what I was going to do next, because I'm not giving this bitch money. So basically, I decided to tell her that I took too many drugs last night, and all she fucking cares about is the Cash App. So I was like, I need to go harder with this. I need to tell her I took so many drugs. I don't even fucking know where I am right now. And I went along with that narrative until she believed me. So I had to figure out what lie I wanted to use next. So I basically said that Cash App and whatever, they banned my account, and my bank account was frozen because of suspected fraudulent activity. And so she tells me to buy her a gift card on Amazon. So I'm trying to tell her about the Cash App again, and she's like, I already know, bro. And she's just like, just fucking buy me stuff and send me money. And so I was like, yo, you violated the rules and shit. So basically I give in, and I'm looking at the gift cards, and I'm like, quick, I need to do something to stall time and make it look like I'm serious, but not serious enough to send her money. So I'm like, hey, what kind of gift card do you want? Because she sent me a Sephora link, and I'm like, you know, they have the happy birthday ones, the Mother's Day ones, graduation day ones, you pick. And so she's laughing, and I'm like, can I ask the group? And she's like, why? And I'm like, because you're indecisive. And so then I'm telling her, like, okay, I picked one, and oh shit, it won't work because my bank is frozen because of suspected fraudulent activity that's related to the Cash App. And so I'm like, girl, I'm making up a whole sob story. I'm like, I can't access my funds for 2 business days. And this was on a Friday, so that means I wouldn't be able to access my funds till Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm like, girl, I can't buy groceries. I'm going to be eating Easy Mac and like frozen vegetables all weekend. And like, it was hilarious. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I guess at this point she was like, oh my God, he suffered enough and he can't send me any money. So she stopped talking to me for a bit. So a couple days later, I'm like, hey, Ava, I know times are hard. I found another sugar daddy for you. You can go text him. His name is Blanton Miles. And then he sent me this message or something. So I'm showing her that message. And she's like, oh my God, that's a scam. And like, I'm like, how do you fucking know? Are you a scammer? So then I send her some other sugar daddy information. And at this point, this bitch is just ghosting me. And I look like an embarrassing, desperate man, like begging for attention. I'm like, hey, because I have a mission. I'm trying to expose you. And it is just, I have hit a new low when I can say that I have been ghosted by a scammer who wants my money. Like, what the fuck? So in the 4 days that I was waiting for her to respond, it was the perfect time. It had been a few days since the Cash App incident, so she wouldn't really remember. It wasn't fresh in her mind. And if y'all remember that number she gave me, I decided, let me grab a friend and we are going to text that number. And in order for her not to know that it's me, we were going to make up a whole different story. So we came up with this plan where my friend was going to play this girl named Pippa. She was going to text a number and pretend that she's looking for a girl named Lauren. We even got a whole ass Instagram for Pippa at this point. It's fucking hilarious. We are just as bad as the scammers. Anyway, so Pippa is looking to reunite with Lauren so they can like I don't know, have phone sex or something. So the part where I come in is I pretend to be Pippa's husband, and I message this lady saying, hey, Lauren, stop messaging Pippa. She is my wife. And I'm making whole ass threats here. I'm like, I will take legal action if you do not stop talking to my wife. And now this hoe is asking me for money to stop talking to my fucking wife. Like, what the fuck? And you weren't even showing her any love. You're like, who are you? And now you're asking me for money. Like, I can't. I'm so sorry. And so she's basically just like, oh my God, if you force your wife to stop talking to me, or if you force me to stop talking to her, your wife will hate you, so just pay me money. And I'm like, my wife and I, our feelings towards each other are none of your business. And so basically she takes these messages and she screenshots them and she shows them to my friend, or my wife, Pippa. And basically she's like, I'm not trying to take your money here. Then this bitch gets clingy. We stop responding and she's like, hey. And so basically that's all I had for this text message ordeal. So moving back to our conversation with Ava, it's been 4 days. She finally responds. And at this point, her location had always showed me, or had shown her in New York. She's one of the few scammers that I got to share her location with me. So her location shows her in Crown Place, New York, Brooklyn. And so when we stopped talking for a few days, her VPN or whatever must have expired because it showed her in Nigeria. More specifically, right outside the city of Lagos, their largest city. So anyway, I messaged her and I'm like, hey, how was your trip? And she's like, how do you know I was on a trip to Nigeria? And I'm like, girl, your location. I was like, are you from Nigeria or something? And she's like, no, I don't live in Nigeria. She's like, oh my God, I took a trip to visit one of my friends there. She's a model or something like that. So anyway, she doesn't really talk about it much. She brushes it off. And so I tell her, hey, I found you another sugar daddy in our group chat. Go check it out. And then this hoe starts ghosting me. She probably doesn't even check the group. And so I'm like, hey, I miss you. And then she responds and I'm like, hey, I feel like you've abandoned me and you found someone else. And so here I'm asking her if she's filed for unemployment yet. They're paying really well. And she's like, yeah, my friend has. And she's just like, life is hard. I need money. And I'm like, girl, file for unemployment. Anyway, oh wait, you don't live in America. So I keep asking her what she's doing. She's like, things I do normally. And then this hoe is still pressed that I didn't give her my bank information. Like, get over it. It was almost a month ago. Like, so this hoe still is pressed that I didn't give her my bank info. And she claims that I don't trust her. And I'm like, girl, we can just be broke together. You don't have money, I don't have money. And she's like, do you think I'm gonna take your money? And I'm like, yes, I do. Okay, we can just be broke together. If you want my money, why don't you just give me your bank info so I can just give you my money? So anyway, she starts leaving me again and I'm like, why are you so dramatic? One little wrong thing happens or doesn't go your way and then you're trying to leave me again. So this is just some filler convo. I sent her a Lana Del Rey song because, you know, scammers can get sad too. And then I had just told her, oh my God, I'll save money and maybe in December I can go visit you in New York. And then boom, her location shows her in Nigeria again. And she's like, oh my God, no, it doesn't. That's Snapchat. That's not me. I'm in New York. And so she's like, check again. So she takes her location off and then she switches it and it shows her in Nigeria again. I mean, it shows her in New York again. Sorry. Anyway, we're talking. This is some filler convo. So we're talking, and this hoe is still fucking pressed that I won't give her my bank info. If it's so important to you, why don't you give me yours? That way I can send you money, or I can just take your money. I don't fucking know. Anyway, at this point, I got on my fake Snapchat account that I had just made to talk to her, and basically, we're going through the same thing. She's telling me the same background info. I'm broke. My parents have died. I heard that you're a sugar mama or whatever. Because I basically had one of my friends talk to her, and the friend told her that my fake account was a sugar mama that could help her. So I'm pretending to be a sugar mama, and she's like, where do you live? I need your money. And I'm like, I'm from the US, but I live in Canada, so I use Canadian money, so we can't really work, or I need to do something else. And she's like, I want a Google Play card. And oh my God, just read these screenshots. I'm going through them faster because this video is getting too long and it's basically the same shit. So at this point, I'm like, girl, I will pay you some money. And oh my God, did y'all see the part where I said that it's against my religion to send money at night? Because that shit was hilarious. Anyway, we basically made a group chat. So me, the friend, and the fake account. But this is from the point of view of the fake account. That's why it says Mikey right there, because that's me. So I'm pretending that, you know, my friend, he goes by ENE, or that's a Snap name. Okay, so I'm going really fast at this point, so like just pause and read along, but I'm pretending that, you know, me, I'm Anita, the fake sugar mama, and I'm basically pretending that Mikey, or, you know, that I found Anita to help her out, you know, me and my friend Ian. So anyway, just read these messages. They are hilarious. I'm just telling her about how I think that her story is special and that Mikey and Ian aren't shit, even though they're my sugar babies. And then Mikey, or me, like I point out, oh my God, Ava, are you in Nigeria again? Even though she was in New York, I just sent the Nigerian screenshots. Oh. Okay, so finally the part we've been waiting for. This is where shit gets juicy. We were about to expose Ava. So basically we asked her if she was Nigerian or something like that because of the location. And then she gets pissed and unadds Ian. And so we confront her about that. And then we keep talking to her. And now I just want to say, I'm not going to show the nudes besides maybe for a second. But she, I mean, obviously it's not her. That's not her. She's using some pictures, some random girl on the internet. Or maybe like a cam girl or a porn star. But she sent nudes to Yeen, his name is Eugene, but basically to try to get him to send money. And so he sent me those nudes. I saved them, and so eventually I sent them to the big YBPMA group chat, and she got absolutely pissed, and she was telling me delete it. She's like, oh my God, you disgraced me. But I'm like, girl, we know you live in Nigeria. You know, we know that you're a man. That's not even you. So there's nothing about you that has been disgraced besides maybe your identity, but that's not even you. And so I couldn't find her house when I looked on Google Street View, but I went pretty close to the neighborhood, and then I showed her this, and I basically just embarrassed her. And I don't remember what I did and didn't get because she left like immediately, so all of her messages might not be here, but she was saying stuff like, oh my God, you know what, Mikey, thanks for everything that you've done. You know, you've been a great help. And then she was like, y'all uncovered my secrets. I'm embarrassed. Like, she blocked Anita, but she was nice to me, Mikey, and she still has not blocked me. And I still have her on Snapchat, which is weird. But she blocked Eugene. She blocked Anita, the fake account. And she's pissed at them too. But she still likes me for some reason, which is weird. But yeah. So I guess if there's anything you want me to do with her, maybe in the next video before I harass her to the point of blocking me, let me know. If y'all want to fuck with her, go for it. Let me know how it goes. And then lastly, at the Anita thing when I exposed her, I'm like, right to your senators. But yeah, this whole thing was crazy. So let me know what y'all thought. I hope y'all found it funny. Sorry this was really long. I hope that you were able to stay entertained, because I know a lot of it was like the same stuff over and over again. But going through this for the past month, trying to expose this person, it was honestly hilarious, and I'm really proud of myself for it. It could have been better, but I think I did a pretty good job for the first time. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you fuck with these people, please report to me, like tell me how it's been and just how it went. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.